Yo, what is up? It's your boy Finch Take with CB83A coming to you for another banger of a show. You know, right on time, C Dollar, right on time. Get your popcorn ready. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Do your boy a favor, punch that like button. We're live on a Saturday night. Your boy just got back from spring breaking. Hey, TD Fins Talk admin in here first. What you mean trolling? He said it's happening. Penix to Miami at 21, taking over for Tua Tagovailoa. You hear him. You hear him, man. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all. TD Fins Talk admin in here first. Marino's GOAT was popping with you. Danny Aguayo was popping fins up from AZ. S. Harris says TD Frog gossip. Dang. TD gossiping? Come on, man. DF in the building. TD is the biggest fraud in the community. Come on, man. TD a good dude, man. He just be trolling y'all, man. Why? Hey, he be getting y'all up in the uproar. Gosh. Y'all got to stop listening to this dude troll y'all, man. Penix to Miami to take over for Tua. Nah, not happening. Not happening, man. Not happening. Hey, TDR in this joint. Let's get it. Oh, I'm in this one. Okay, I see you. Raph in the building. What's up with y'all, man? We about to get this thing cracking. I see you, Cruz Ruiz in the building. Shout out to the members gang, man. You know we going up. Shout out to the homie Canes in the building too. Raul P in the building. Ooh, we litty tonight. Hey, we litty. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's crank it. Let's get it. Let's go. What's popping with y'all? What's good? It's your boy Fensei with CB83 coming to you for another banger. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We in here popping off on a Saturday night. Y'all already know how we do. Y'all know how we get it in over here, man. Shout out to TD Fins Talk admin who was in here first. What you mean trolling? Oh, we gotta go up for the homie one time for the one time. And we definitely gonna get into it, TD Fans Talk admin. We definitely gonna get into it. Tell your boy we live. Tell your boy we popping. I know he in here lurking. TD, I know you in here lurking. Go ahead and jump in the chat. Go ahead and get it cracking. I know you got your admin working tonight. Tell him he can take the night off and jump in the chat, man. Let's go, man. Like I said, Marino's GOAT's in here. DF is in here. S. Harris, Danny Aguayo, Cruz Ruiz, Lansing Moore. I see y'all, man. Raul P. He said TD low on medication. TD good, man. TD just be trolling y'all, man. Where you at? We been waiting. Been waiting, huh? He said TD don't gotta be here for it, but his fanboys are. You already know that. TD got some minions for you, boy. TD got a set of minions who will ride for that man. I gotta give him his props in regards to that. He got an army of minions. An army. We talking about an army, man. Shout out to the homie Canes in the building. We gotta go up one time for the homie Canes, man. Let's go. We got 91 watching right now. Do your boy a favor, punch the like button. Hey, if you guys are over on Twitter or X, come check us out on YouTube. We just get a little bit live over here on YouTube, man. It's a little bit more fun. It's a little bit more engaging. You can hit the like button for me. We can jump in the chat, all that good stuff, man. But hey, do your boy a favor, come over, punch the like button. Hey, this video is being brought to you by BetUSA. Check them out if you're into the sports gambling, casino, all that good stuff. Click the link in the bio. Hey, 125% sign up bonus 3 times. Come on, man. You ain't getting that deal nowhere else, man. If you're into it, click the link in the link in the description. It's going to take you to it, give you the details, and get you set up, man. But yeah, we're going to get into it, man. We got a lot to talk about in this video, man. Y'all hear the news? Have y'all heard the news? Have y'all heard the news about the Miami Dolphins drafting Penix at 21? At 21 to take over for Tua Tagovailoa, to be his competition, right? So first round draft pick, we're going to draft him at 21 to be the backup to Tua Tagovailoa. Is going to bridge the gap, maybe. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that news? Man, y'all got to stop with this, man. Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me, man. There's been so much happening in the community. I'm just here to be the voice of reason, right? The voice that makes a little bit of sense. And shout out to the homie Shake Money with a $5 donation. Where is it at, Shake? I see you. I appreciate you. He says TD is in the building. Love TD. TD's my guy, but TD be talking reckless, man. Shout out to the homie Shake Money with the $5 donation. Let's go. Shout out to the homie. Shout out to the homie Shake Money holding it down. Hey, you see TD Finstock in the building. TD, I knew he was going to be here. Come on, bro. Hey, TD, Penix at 21. We got to stop. We got to stop this. Hey, TD, you better than this, dog. You are really better than this. TD, I know you don't like Tua, and it's not nothing personal. I know you don't like him as a player for the Miami Dolphins, right? But TD, you've always had these conversations with me. You had these conversations with your subscribers, right? It's always been, hey, if Tua shows that he can stay healthy and play good football, I think he can be a franchise quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, right? Now, Tua has surpassed your expectations, TD. He has surpassed your expectations in terms of staying healthy, playing a full season without being injured, and playing good football. Now, there are still some limitations into his game, of course, and that's every player's game in their 4th year in the NFL. Like, every player is going to have things they need to work on, point blank, period, right? But if we've narrowed it down for Tua, right? So if we have a book on Tua and we say, hey, these are things that Tua does well, these are things that Tua does not do well and that he needs to get better in. If we've narrowed it down to maybe 3 to 4 things, right? We can say big moments. Big moments is a big thing, right? Playing well in big moments, I think that's one, right? Maybe pulling the ball down and making some plays, whether it's with your feet or outside the pocket. That's one as well. Just being more of a playmaker in some moments. Now, have we seen any glimpses of Tua being able to play in big moments and also be a playmaker? Have we seen any of these moments? Let's do this in the chat. If you've seen Tua play well in big moments, hit yes in the chat. If you haven't seen him play well in big moments, hit no. So type no in the chat. So yes, if he's played well in big moments, some big moments, right? And no, if he hasn't. I gotta see what we're saying in the chat. If you say he has played well in some, if you think he has played well in some moments, some big moments, hit yes. If you think it's a no, and he hasn't played well in any big moments, put no. Put no. I think that's fair. And when we go down here and we look at it, so I see yes from Miami Fan Talk Show, yes from H, yes from Tom, yes from S Harris. Where my nose at? Jess Gang says no. in his career, yes. 72 undefeated, no, no, no. Yes, but not many from Bernard. No from Mr. Fanatic. TD says only expectation has passed is winning one game late in the season, Cowboys, and wasn't good. 5 field goals. I hear you, TD. Yes, yes. Dolphin TDR says split. Hey, come on, DGE, come on, man. A few yes. B McD says hell no, hell no. CB83 will die on this Tua Hill. Hey, has he? All I did was ask you the question, TD. Has he played well in any big moments, TD? Has he played well? Tell me. Has he played well in any big moments? If you say no, that's fair. I'm gonna leave it with you. You got it. I think Tua has played well in some big moments. I think he's played well in some big games, right? It may not. Throughout his career, he's had some moments where he's played well in big games. Do we need to see it more often? Yes, of course we do. We need to see it more often. I would love to see it in every game where he has the opportunity to lead the team to a game-winning drive or, make a bunch of plays to end the game in order to win us a game. I would love to see that every time. I know it's not realistic to see that every time, though. And TD says no, never has. So when we look at, and what are we saying? Like, let's define these big moments. All right. So Baltimore last year, was that a big moment for Tua? Coming back, being down, 21 points, scoring 6 touchdowns. Is that a big moment, a big game where Tua led the team? Right? Like is that fair, TD, or is that not a big moment? Because it seems, and a lot of people are saying 50-50 on moments, and K-Saw says I should add, you should add TD. TD has the link. TD has the link to the show. If he wants to come up here and have the discussion with me, we can have the discussion. TD, you got sent the link, and he said week 1 through 8 ain't big games, right? So I don't think that's fair to say week 1 through 8 aren't big games, because the game in Kansas City, the game against Kansas City in Germany, that's a big game. You're playing against the reigning Super Bowl champions. I think those are big games. I think when you play big teams in the NFL, it doesn't matter which week it is. He says he at the movies. I don't think it doesn't matter which week it is. Every week in the NFL, there are big games. They are huge matchups. They're huge matchups. So you have to come to play week in and week out, or you will get embarrassed. So I think it's not fair to say that week 1 through 8 aren't big games. I think there's going to be big games throughout the season, right? It doesn't matter when they play. When you play in the big dogs, it's a big game. It's a big moment for you, right? That game last year when we played Buffalo early in the season and we won that game, that was a big moment for the Miami Dolphins. That was overcoming adversity, finding a way to win a game that you usually don't win, beating Buffalo at home in that environment. We usually don't win that game, but that was a big confidence booster for us. Showed us that we could win big games, that we could play well versus good teams. And it happened. So Tua has had moments of playing well in big moments. I don't agree with people. If people say no, he's never played well in any big moments, that's you guys aren't being truthful with yourself. And we got to be truthful with one another. Right? Now, does Tua, and this is the next question, does Tua have playmaking ability? Has he shown the ability to pull down, make plays, run the ball when needed, etc.? Has Tua done that? Put in the chat, yes or no. Has Tua shown the ability to make plays and be a playmaker in his career? Yes or no? Anthony Manzano says no, he hasn't. Right? Jets Gang says no, he hasn't. So a lot of people saying no on this one. Raider Dolphin says no. D-Rod says no, right? Um, J Netic 94 says no, not how we want him to, right? Raphael says no. JDM Wizard says yes. Raul Parada says yes. So honestly, a lot of people are saying no in regards to this one. They're saying no, Tua doesn't have the ability to pull down the ball and make plays, right? I've seen some spurts, and I go back to this Arizona game. Arizona game, his rookie year, was when I felt like, after watching that game, I said, man, Tua has what it takes in order to be an NFL quarterback in this league, and he's good enough to get it done. And that's because what I saw during that game. During that game, Tua showed a grit that we didn't really see a lot of this past year. And I don't know where that grit came from in his rookie year. The willingness to take off with the football, the willingness to pull the ball down, look up the field, make a play down the field, the willingness to take off, run, shake a guy, get extra yardage, right? So TD Finstock says he asked the chat, they say no. Now he will lie and sell it with the Arizona game. You can't make this stuff up. So, right, and this is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I have seen the ability for him to get it done. I've seen that. So yeah, people will say, hey, no, I haven't seen the playmaking ability. I've seen him take off, run cats over for first downs. I've seen him spin out in the Baltimore game, spin out of a tackle, look up to Waddle on a slant, make the play, right? So yeah, I've seen that. Like, and that's I'm telling you what I've seen. I can, and then we can put on, this is the film too. We can put on the film, and the film will tell us that too, because the eye in the sky don't lie, TD. We know that, right? So the eye in the sky don't lie. Now, does he do it all the time? This past season, he rarely did it, right? Tua just was stuck in the pocket this year. He wasn't willing to pull the ball down, wasn't willing to really take off and make those plays, right? And which is fair. I think after coming off a season where you got injured, you had concussions, you had a situation, I think it's fair to say McDaniel probably said, bro, you got to chill. You got to stay put. I don't want you rolling out. I don't want you putting yourself in jeopardy. I want you healthy, because you healthy is what's going to win us football games. We're not going to win football games with Skylar Thompson and Mike White as our starting quarterback. So we need you on the field. So I think that's fair to say. And TD, I mean, I think you know that too. Like Mike White and Skylar Thompson weren't the best options for us at quarterback. We got to find a way to keep Tua healthy, right? So he said, I gotta go. My wife, yeah, your wife, hey, she looking at you crazy for a reason. And we in line to these people. I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. And TD's gonna sell it as, hey, Tua is limited. Like, what quarterback in their first 4 years of the NFL isn't limited? Let's go look at Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is limited. There's some things he can't do, processing wise, passing wise. Like, he's limited. Let's go look at Justin Fields in his first few years, couple years in the NFL. He's limited in some aspects. Let's go look at Kenny Pickett. Let's go look at even the best guys. Let's look at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, he's limited. The dude can't stay healthy, right? So that's a limitation that he has. I think every quarterback in the NFL, Justin Herbert is limited in some aspects, right? All of these dudes in their first few years in the NFL are still working through. Lamar Jackson, still limited in some aspects. Every quarterback in the NFL is continuing to work on their craft, right? The only guys we could say at this point who have it put together and who are playing their best football, playing elite football, Patrick Mahomes, right? Aaron Rodgers was there at one point. Who else? Who else is just elite top dog? They can't be stopped, and nothing can make them fold. Like, and even these guys will still have moments. Lamar Jackson is a great quarterback, but he still has limitations to his game. Now, if we've narrowed Tua's limitations down to big moments, let's say confidence in big moments, right? Let's say confidence in big moments. Let's say, what else? Playmaking ability. What else? What else is Tua bad at? Tell me something else Tua is bad at. All the Tua detractors, the people who don't like Tua, tell me something Tua is bad at in the chat. Tell me something he could work on. I see you. Burrow over Tua, Herbert over Tua. Jalen Hurts is limited. Jalen Hurts is limited. All of these guys have limitations. Jalen Hurts just got a huge contract. Huge contract. He's still limited. Velocity on throws down the field. Okay, I'll agree with that. He could put a little bit more oomph on the ball. I feel like Tua is a touch thrower, and he tries to put touch on those deep balls instead of just letting it go. I agree there, right? He could just let it go a little bit more. So velocity on downfield throws, he could get better at. I agree. Letting it go, not trying to aim it. Okay, Saul says, sorry, y'all, Tua is our quarterback, and that's what it is. Let's go. Yeah, he is our quarterback, but extending the play, that's a good one, right? Being able to pull the ball down, extend the play, make plays with his feet at times, right? It won't always be perfect as an NFL quarterback. They got to realize that. The offensive line is trying their best to keep them protected, but the offensive line, they do get beat, right? That's the nature of the game. The defensive linemen get paid to play too. So there's going to be times where those dudes get beat in the trenches, the offensive line, and the quarterback has to find a way to make a play, extend the play, right? Tua's got to be better in that aspect. I agree with you there, right? Have we seen the ability for Tua to do it? Yes, we've seen it. He's done it before. That's my thing. If these were things we have never seen before, I'd be like, man, you guys are right. Tua's limited. He's never shown the ability to do that. He's never done it. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the ability to do it. But this guy has done some of this stuff, right? He's done some of this stuff constantly. Resetting while leaving the pocket, right? So rolling out, getting your feet set, getting your base underneath you and making the throw. Yeah, he's got to, we need that. We need that. I agree with you. He's got to do it more often. He's got to do it early and often. Whenever you see, hey, you're seeing pressure and you can't get away from, hey, find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. D. Morales says Mahomes and Allen are the best two QBs in the NFL, but Lamar is still way better than Tua. Tua's a one-read quarterback Tua can't scramble. He can't throw on the run like Allen or Mahomes. Tua is definitely not Allen or Mahomes. I'm going to agree with you there, right? One-read quarterback, I don't agree with you there. Tua is not a one-read quarterback. He can process the field. Now, is he the best processor in the fourth year? No. Is he working to get better as a processor? Has he gotten better from year one to year four? When Tua came in the league, he was taking the checkdowns. He was taking everything underneath. Now we've seen Tua make shots over the middle, eat in the middle of the field. We've seen teams force him away from eating in the middle of the field. So now he has to throw outside the numbers. He's got to hit the deep ball. So we've seen Tua do a little bit of everything, right? I think he needs to get better with his deep ball velocity, just letting it go. And I think he needs to get better at reading the field, processing, and picking a guy and letting it fly. I agree with you there. But I've seen the ability for Tua to roll out, get his feet set, and make a throw. Hey, that's something he's got to get better at. But he's definitely not Mahomes or Allen. He'll never be Mahomes or Allen. And that's what I want people to understand too. Like, we can compare him to these guys how we want to, but he's never going to be those guys. But he can be the best version of himself, and that's a really good quarterback in the NFL. That's a really good quarterback. Throwing outside the numbers, playing off script, just to name a few. That's a couple. But throwing outside the numbers, yep. He get better there. Throwing those out routes. He's got to put more oomph on that thing. When you're throwing that outside the numbers, you got to really let it go. Those are very long throws, right? Those throws over the middle are they're shorter throws. They're straight lines towards the middle of the field, going straight towards the goal line, towards the touchdown. Those throws to the outside the numbers, those are 30, 40-yard, 50-yard throws, and it ends up being like a 15-yard route. So it's a much longer throw, less yardage, right? We would love to hit everything in the middle, but teams will take that away from us. So we got to be able to take that. We got to be able to take that stuff. He has no more zip. Okay. He has no more zip, and that's what we're talking about. People keep saying the velocity. Tua throws rainbows, velocity, right? Anthony Manzano says, CB, we bring up the Baltimore game in 2022, but forgetting the fact during the fourth quarter, Baltimore let their foot off the gas, and Tua played horribly most of the game. So Tua played bad in the first half of the game, right? We could say he played poorly in the first half, but in the second half, he played tremendous, right? And it's not about – so is it really letting off the gas, or is it the Ravens letting off the gas, or is it Tua picking them apart, finding the open guys, and making the plays? Like, there's a fine line. Like, that to me is like a Tua hater statement, right? People can say, "Oh, Ravens let off the gas." NFL teams are trying to win the game. They may be confused in the second half. They may be looking at each other like, "What the hell is going on? Like, why are we getting beat like this? Like, what is going on?" But there's still a guy across from them making the damn plays, making the throws, and picking them apart. So we could say, "Oh, Tua this and Tua that," but like, come on, we got to be real with ourselves. Tua still made the plays, like, still making the plays, dog. Like, we can't do that. We can't do that. Pocket awareness. Now, Tua has no pocket awareness, none at all. Come on, man, we better than this, man. No pocket awareness at all, none.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Y'all got to be better with these takes, man. Y'all better than this. Spreading the ball around for sure, not just Tyreek. I agree, right? I agree with this take wholeheartedly. I think Tyreek is a big part of the offense. He should be a big part of the offense. He's the most dynamic player in the NFL. Of course, you got to get the ball into the hands of Tyreek Hill. Now, I would like to see Mike McDaniel get more creative and not just doing with passing the ball. Maybe you hand it off on jet sweeps. Maybe you put him in the backfield for a couple plays. There's a lot you could do with Tyreek. Do I feel like we need to be forcing him the ball all the time? No. I feel like Tua's the best quarterback when he's spreading the ball to everybody. I agree. Alec Ingold in the flat, the tight ends, Jonnu Smith now, Durham Smythe, right? The second and third wide receivers. Waddle's got to eat. The third wide receivers got to eat. I agree. We got to be running the football. So these are a lot of things. And we got 313 people watching right now. Do your boy a favor. Hit the like button. I appreciate everybody coming through. Shout out to the homie Big Nick, South Florida Accountability in the building. Shout out to the homie Big Nick, man. We having a little Tua coming to Jesus party, man. That's what we having, Big Nick. A little Tua coming to Jesus party. Let's go. Hey, and DJ, hey, people gonna cry when Tua not on the team no more. Oh my gosh. But the Miami Dolphin fans, I don't think we learn from our history. Like, we've had the best quarterback in the NFL. We've had him. We had him. He was the dude, Dan the man. He was that dude, the best quarterback in the NFL at one time. So you're telling me we can have the best quarterback in the NFL and we can still not win a Super Bowl? So how does that work out? What does that tell us Dolphins? If we had the best quarterback in the NFL at one time and we still couldn't win, what do we need to do? What needs to happen at this point? What should we be focused on? We should be focused on building the best team that we could build defensively, offensively, special teams, coaching, personnel, bringing in personnel, everything. Like that should be the focus at this point. It shouldn't be on Tua Tagovailoa. He's a piece of the puzzle. He's definitely a piece of the puzzle. Tony Manzano says, CB, I just started realizing now, it took me a little bit, but as fans of football in general, we put so much pressure on the quarterback, forgetting the fact that the football is a team, forgetting the fact that the football is a team game. Yes, it really is. It really is. And that's the problem with a lot of, and I'm not going to say that's the problem with the Dolphins community. I think that's a problem with football fans in general at this point. Right, in 2024, football fans are really focused on the quarterback position. Let's look at Fields in Chicago for instance. Right, drafted very high, super talent, can make plays, can make every throw on the field. Right, now is he limited in terms of like being a passer and learning progressions and working through progressions? Yeah, of course. Right? Is his team the best around him? No, it's not a good team around him. It's a shitty situation, right? I look at his situation like how Tua's situation was when he came into the league. It's just a bad situation offensively. The defense wasn't really helping him either, right? I mean, the key to helping young quarterbacks is to have a great defense, allow them to take their lumps because they got to take their lumps, and allow them to work through those and get through it and become a better player and build around them. Put them with a good offensive line, good receivers, a good running game. As Harris says it, the key is building a real defense and a running game. If you got a legit defense and you have a legit running game with Tua and you can run the ball 3 to 4 yards a pop whenever you want to, and you can keep Tua under 30 throws a game, and you can keep him efficient, and you can take your shots when you can run play action, your run game's a threat, you're going to win games. You're going to win. But if you get away from it and you force him to be a passer and you force him to throw the ball 30 to 40 times, 35 to 40 times, it's not going to happen like that. He's just not the quarterback for that. He's a system quarterback, and system quarterback. Some guys are the system. Pat Mahomes, you can probably put him on any team and he'll figure it out. Right now, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He has Andy Reid. Andy Reid is a great quarterback, a great coach. I mean, a Hall of Fame coach. Hall of Fame. He's done it with multiple guys. He's done it with McNabb. He's done it with Mahomes. He's done it with Alex Smith. He can get you to the playoffs with typically any quarterback, right? But you put Pat Mahomes anywhere, he's probably going to make some plays. He's going to figure it out. Now, he may not be the same guy he is under Andy Reid, but he'll be a good player. Tua's not Patrick Mahomes, but being the best version of Tua could be a really good quarterback. That could be a really good quarterback. So we got to do this, man. Batman's pops, man. I never see you in the building. I never see you. If Tua was traded tomorrow, CB would lose 40 pounds in a week due to extreme stress. Honestly, if we traded Tua tomorrow, I would be surprised, right? I'd be like, man, what happened? What went on? Because it seems like the organization was really committed to him. But I wouldn't lose sleep over it because I'm a Dolphins fan. I just want my quarterback. I want everybody on my team to be successful. So I don't understand people who say, oh, Tua's trash, he'll never be anything. Like, I wouldn't even put that out there for my guys because I want my guys to be good. And I think Tua's played well enough to show. And these were the same people that saying Tua couldn't stay healthy. Tua would never play as good as he's playing right now. He'd never make a Pro Bowl. Like, these are the same people who had these comments. And me and Big Nick used to have these conversations all the time, right? 2 years ago, we used to have these conversations with people. We would say, hey, Tua's O-line was the worst in the NFL. Tua didn't have any good receivers, right? He had Devontae Parker, and he was rarely playing. He wasn't consistent. Tua didn't have a run game, right? There wasn't a run game he could rely on, right? Nobody was scared of it. People would not stack the box. They would put everybody in coverage and make it difficult on them, right? So me and Big Nick used to have these conversations with all the Tua haters, and the Tua haters would say, hey, Tua is not good enough. He's never going to play at a high level. He's never going to be that guy. He'll always stay hurt because he's just not that guy, right? And 2 years later, we're right? Tua is playing at a high level, right? There's still things Tua can do better, of course. There's going to 3 years from now, 4 years from now, there will still be stuff that Tua could do better. That's every quarterback in the NFL. There is stuff that Patrick Mahomes can do better right now, right? So Tua is surpassing a lot of people's expectations. He has already surpassed a lot of people's expectations. So don't let people say, oh, we should be drafting Penix at 21 because Tua isn't the answer in year 4. Like, let's not do that. Like, come on, man. Like we got to be better than that. 15 QBR is high level. No, 15 QBR is bad, right? Also, throwing the ball in that type of weather is just not the best situation. It's not. You should be relying on the run game, right? You should be. It's wild, and that's what I'm saying. We gotta be realistic about this thing. Now, I wanted to show you guys this. I posted this on Twitter, and man, I got some reactions out of this one. I want to show y'all this. So I posted this on Twitter. You'll see it here, right? Let me see if I can pull it up so it gets a little bit bigger. So this is what this is as big as it'll get. So this is my post on Twitter. I saw this. I think Finstones had it on his IG page. Shout out to Finstones. Follow him on IG and Twitter. It says this is the shit I be talking about. People will talk about how great these quarterbacks end up being late in their career, but they won't provide you with the context on how they got there. Didn't happen overnight. Learn ball. Hashtag the numbers don't lie. Hashtag fins up. Hashtag learn ball. Hashtag NFL. Hashtag Tua. Hashtag Tom Brady. And this is Tua and Tom Brady in their first 4 years. In their first 4 years. Mountie, shout out to the homie Mountie. What's good, Mountie? Hey, you don't come around here no more. What's up, Mountie? I heard you hanging with Pete now. What's up with that, bro? We got to be better, bro. You don't even hang with the boy no more. Shout out to the homie Mountie. So first 4 years. Let's take a look at these numbers real quick. Let me know what you think in the chat. 53 games. So Tua has played in his first 4 years, 53 games, 1,096 attempts, 1,638 yards, 66.9 completion percentage, 12,639 yards, 7.7 yards per play, 81 touchdowns, 37 INTs, and an 84 rating. Right? An 84 rating. Now we look at Tom Brady in his first 4 years. He played 48 games, right? 955 attempts. So just literally about 150 more attempts for Tua, right? 1,542 yards, 54.8 completion percentage. So Tua's played about 5 more games. Completion percentage for Tua is about 11 points higher right? Um, 10,000 yards. And people say different era. Yeah, you could say different era. And that's probably why Tua has more yards because they're airing out the ball a little bit more. I think Brady relied heavily on the run game. So, and that's what the era was, right? It was relying on the run game. It wasn't focused on airing it out, throwing the ball around the yard. I think now when you look at quarterbacks in the NFL, they're throwing it a lot more. Throwing it a lot more. So that's why Tua has 2,000 more yards. So you can say, and I'm not. I'll eat the yards. We can leave the yards there. The completion percentage is what it is. It's 11% more. Um, Brady has 69 touchdowns. Tua had 81. Right, 38 ints to 37 ints, 84 rating compared to a 75 rating. Now, first 4 years in the NFL, we could talk about, of course, and this is what everybody will say. This is what all the detractors told me on X, on Twitter. They said, "Hey, what about the wins? What about his Super Bowl wins? What about his Super Bowl appearances? What about his playoff wins? What about the different eras?" So everybody who came to me about this graphic I put up, their thing was wins, right? Wins is a team. It's a team stat, people, right? Tua isn't going out there and winning by himself. Brady isn't going out there and winning by himself. When people talk about Tua's wins, I don't count it. I just don't count it. It's not an individual stat. It's a team accolade. Now, what you can say is Brady was in a much better system. That's what you can say. And those 4 years, Brady was in a much better system. It was consistent. It is what it is. The offense operated well, the defense operated well, special teams operated well, and that's why they ultimately won games. So I will give Brady that. Brady was in a well-oiled machine. Tua in his first 2 years was not in a well-oiled machine. It wasn't. The offense was a disaster with Brian Flores, right? Defense played okay. They were average, right? They scored a lot of points, but they were average. So those first 2 years for Tua, his numbers were bad. Like his numbers should have been bad, right? His numbers should have been bad. But his second 2 years under McDaniel have been a lot better. He's gotten a lot better under Mike McDaniel. And that's what it is. So a lot of people will talk about how great Brady is as a quarterback. He's fantastic. One of the best ever. But you also have to look into how he got there, right? All these quarterbacks take lumps in their first years in the NFL, right? And you can say Brady was a 6th-round pick. Fair. He's once they get in the NFL, they're still an NFL quarterback. Like let's be real. Like once they get in the NFL, it does not matter where you were drafted. Once you become a starter in the NFL, you are a starter. Brock Purdy, they don't care about where Brock Purdy was drafted anymore. He's an NFL quarterback. How are you performing? Are you helping your team or are you hurting your team? Are you an asset to the team or are you a liability? Nobody cares about draft position. I don't care about where Brady was drafted. Once he became an NFL starter, you the dude now. You got to perform. You got to come to play. Tua, 5th overall pick. You the dude. You got to come to play. It don't matter where you drafted at. So we're looking at the numbers. Numbers look eerily similar, right? Numbers look eerily similar. Now, this is my thing. A lot of these quarterbacks, these greats, Aaron Rodgers, if we go look at Aaron Rodgers in his first 4 years, I don't know what those numbers are going to look like. They could look similar to Tua's. I mean, we could go look at Peyton Manning's in his first 4 years. They could look similar to Tua's, right? And I think people are so quick to write off Tua, but his numbers stack up with some of the best in the NFL in the first 4 years. Like, how do you explain that? So you're telling me you're willing to write this guy off, and you're because you want to draft a guy that's a cheaper option so you can reset the clock and we could do this all over again? Is that what we want to do? So we want to reset the clock, Miami Dolphins. We want to reset the clock and we want to say, hey, let's go draft Penix. My bad, I hit that mistake. We want to go draft Penix and we want to reset our clock because with rookie quarterbacks, you got to take your lumps. It's just not going to happen overnight. You got to take your lumps. So, I mean, we got to start being realistic. BMD says Peyton Manning had 3 4K seasons in his first 4 years. What about the interceptions and everything else? What about the rest of the numbers? Like, let's do some digging. Like, if y'all want to, let's really do the digging and look at some of these great quarterbacks and look at their numbers over the first 4 years. Like, how do they stack up against Tua's? Because you're really looking at trends. And you can say different errors and all of this stuff all you want to. You can put in wins all you want to. It doesn't matter. The wins don't matter. That's a team thing. They don't stack up. Lo-Fi says CB Tom Brady didn't play his first year almost the same as Tua his 3.5 years, which is fair. So they only have a 5-game difference in their first 4 years. They only have a 5-game difference. So it's very close. So the numbers should be very close. They should be, outside of the fact that, hey, Tua's era probably is going to throw the ball a little bit more. So the yards are going to be higher, right? The interceptions, if you're throwing the ball more and the attempts are more, right, your interceptions should be more too. Shouldn't that be the case? If you have higher attempts and you have higher yardage, your interceptions should be more. When we go back to the graphic, Brady had 1 more interception than Tua did in his first 4 years. IMDb says, CB, you could take other QBs in the league and their numbers would stack up to Tom Brady's also. Yeah, you could. You could. So what am I saying? So what is that telling you, IMDb? That you have to give guys time to develop. You're either going to give them time to develop or you're going to throw them by the wayside and reset the clock and do it with another young guy. What you going to do? 72 undefeated. So CB is on the 8-year plan. No, I'm not on the 8-year plan. I think I'm on a, 5 to 6. It's got to be 5 to 6 at this point. I think we extend to it, give them 3 more years to figure it out, and I think we're going to build a really good team around them in those 3 to 5 years. In those 2 to 3 years, and we'll go win a Super Bowl with them. That's my thoughts. TDR says the reset happens with a failed run and Hill retirement. Until then, it's Tua, right? And I think that's where we are. If this run fails and Tua can't get it done, or Hill retires and we see guys leaving the team, until then, it's rocking with Tua. Utah fan says Penix isn't as good as Tua. No way he's not right now. He's not. It's gonna take him time. Young quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks have to take their lumps. They have to take their lumps. MC says drafting Penix is a security blanket for the Dolphins. It's for the best interest of the team, not Tua. Is it really so? Are we more focused on a security blanket for the Dolphins or winning games? Because Michael Penix Jr. is not going to help us right away, right? He's going to sit the bench. He's not going to be an asset to the team for the first couple years because Tua is the guy, right? So should we waste a pick on a guy who isn't going to play, or should we get a guy who's going to play and contribute right away to the team? That's my situation with drafting Penix. It's like, why are we Bro, if you want to go get a backup, go get a backup, like a legit backup. There's plenty of other options out there. Go find a backup quarterback. But how many teams got really good backups? Like in the NFL, how many teams, if their starting quarterback goes down, they're still going to win playoff games and have a Super Bowl run? Like how many? Like what are we talking about? Y'all really want to have this conversation? We got 450 people watching right now. Punch the like button for your boy. Come over to YouTube, punch the like button over here, subscribe. I appreciate everybody coming through. B McD says Peyton and Brady made it a QB league. The QB rules made it a QB league. And we're not forgetting Tua's injuries. Tua's had some injuries. We're not forgetting that. Not at all. Not at all. Lansing Moore says they might stack up, but Tua Tagovailoa's biggest issues is playing against great defenses. I think that's more of like a unit thing to me. Like your offense is gotta be playing well. Like it's easy to how is it so easy for people to put that on the quarterback alone? Hey, he doesn't play well against great defenses. What about the Miami Dolphins offense? Did they not step up to the plate when they play great defenses? We could say that. We could say that's the case. That's fair. That's a fair point. Tua is a part of that, but he's not solely responsible for having a great game against great defenses. I think it's a unit thing. The quarterback position is the most dependent position in football. You have to rely on guys to catch. You have to rely on guys to block. You have to rely on guys to run the football and run the football well. If guys aren't doing that well around you against these great defenses, you're going to struggle. Point blank, period. You're going to struggle. So we got to be realistic with ourselves. We got to be realistic, bro. Y'all got to start having some real conversations. Yeah, and it's okay and I listen to everybody. TD is a fantastic content creator. One of the best trolls on YouTube and one of the best trolls on Twitter, for real. But you can't just listen to that all day and think those are the answers. Because you got to put on some film. You got to break it down. You got to kind of understand it a little bit. Like, Tua is not doing this by himself. He's not doing this by himself. I think it's a team game. DG says Trevor Lawrence a free agent next year. CB, he go crazy in Miami. Would he? Why isn't he going crazy in Jacksonville? Because they got some talent there, bro. Like they've had some teams. I don't know, man. Utah fan says Tua is the best we've had since Dan Marino. I agree with that. Steve Molly, what's good? Evening, gentlemen. What's going on with you? Jets gang, Tua ain't win no playoff game. See, Dollar, it's coming. It's coming, trust me. And people want to say, Tua can't win a playoff. Bro, first of all, you said he couldn't get to the playoffs. Then you said he couldn't stay healthy. Then you said he couldn't play at a high level. He's not going to do this. He's not going to do that. Tua every year just comes out and smacks the doubters in the face. Every year, right? And he fell on his face this year in the playoffs. It happens, right? I mean, I'm not mad at it. It happens, right? You lost to the Super Bowl champions in their house in inclement weather. Like that happens. Lamar had KC at the crib. He had the best team in the NFL and still managed to lose. I'm not mad at Tua for losing that game. I'm not mad. It happens. When you go to Kansas City and you play in the cold, you're not used to that. Bro, it happens. Lamar had Kansas City at his crib, couldn't get it done. And Lamar is that dude. He's the MVP of the league. He the MVP, and he couldn't do it. Am I mad at Tua for not being able to do it? No, bro, I'm not. That's not. That's an unrealistic expectation for me, dog. I'm not. I know how hard playing football is. I know how hard it is to go in there and play in them conditions. I played in Washington, D.C. We used to play Dell State at the end of the season every year. Freezing cold, hawk coming off the river. Bro, it's cold. You don't like playing. I don't like playing in cold. It's terrible. It's terrible. So I can see why we lost that game. I can see why. I mean, we had a shot to win the game. I felt like if we'd have played some defense and ran the ball, we'd have been all right. Our defense was scared to hit Patrick Mahomes. He's running free throughout the field. People not even taking a shot on his ass. Like, come on. If Lamar Jackson is the league MVP can't beat him, who can? With that team and that defense he had? Yo, come on. Y'all tripping. FinFan says Tua's not a winner. Okay, let's be for real. All right, I hear you. Tua not a winner. When he win next year, I just want y'all to come back and we keeping receipts. I'm like Tua now. I'm keeping receipts. Our defense got enough stops to make it a game. Which game? Kansas City? Yeah, they got like. Did they really get that many stops? Did they really? Because Patrick Mahomes was doing his thing. Did they really get that many stops? Oh, 3-game lead in the division, and Tua. Did Tua choke or the team choked or the team got injured? 72 undefeated. Did the team choke or did the injury stack up? What happened? Like, people be, come on, man. Y'all with these takes, bro. Y'all got to be better than this. Y'all don't be looking at nobody who got injured or nothing.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So 3-game lead with the division and Tua choked. That's why we were on the road in the playoffs, because Tua didn't play well. What about the injuries? What about the defense? What about everything that happens surrounding the team? 72 undefeated? Are you so blinded by Tua that you don't look at the rest of the game? Like, bro, y'all gotta be better than this, bro. He said, "Why is CB? Why are Tua and they're so afraid of us bringing? We can bring in another QB. I'm fine with that. We brought in Mike White. We brought in Skylar Thompson. We brought in Teddy Bridgewater. We brought in quarterbacks every year, dog. Everybody said the Tua haters said Teddy Bridgewater was gonna beat out Tua Tagovailoa. Teddy Bridgewater got an opportunity to get NFL reps, get NFL game time. Mike McDaniel said, sit your ass down. We're going back to Tua. Skylar Thompson got reps, meaningful time. Skylar Thompson could have seized the opportunity. We wouldn't be having this conversation about Tua today if Mike White or Skylar Thompson would have just came out and balled out. If Skylar Thompson came out and balled out, Mike McDaniel's not sitting down Skylar Thompson for Tua Tagovailoa. Point blank period, he's not doing it. If Skylar came out and said, yo, I'm seizing the opportunity, I'm taking this shit, I'm not letting go of this opportunity, we wouldn't be having this conversation about Tua. Like, what are we talking about? And y'all the same dudes who said Skylar was better than Tua. Y'all the same dudes who said Bridgewater was going to take Tua's spot. Like, come on, man. So what is real competition? What's real competition? Because you're probably one of the same dudes who said Skylar Thompson, that dude. Or like, who is real competition? Like, let's talk about it. MC says, CB, you know, Greer was not going to let Tua sit the bench. Greer has nothing to do with the coaching. He has nothing to do with that. Skylar Thompson had an opportunity. He didn't seize it. MC, he didn't seize his opportunity. Teddy Bridgewater had an opportunity. He didn't seize his opportunity. Both of those guys had an opportunity to take Tua's job. It didn't happen. And it's not Tua's fault. It's their fault. Put it on them. It's not because they didn't get a bunch of reps. Backups don't get reps. Brock Purdy don't get a bunch of reps before Jimmy G came in or before he took the guy's spot. He wasn't getting first team reps. He just got in and made the plays he needed to make. Showed the coach, hey, I'm that dude. Put me in a game. You ain't got to worry about the other guy. I'm the dude. I'm the captain now. That's what he said. That's what Brock Purdy said. He said, I'm the captain now. Like, it's not about having reps or, bro, you get your opportunity. This is the NFL. This is a big boy league. Everybody don't get games. Everybody don't get reps. Once you get in there, you better make some damn plays. Y'all got to stop giving these people excuses. We don't do that. We don't do that. Skylar's better than Mike White. I'm mad they're not giving him a true backup role. If Skylar was better than Mike White, Skylar would be the number 2 quarterback. What are we talking about? Mike McDaniel sees Mike White and Skylar Thompson every single day. If Skylar was better than Mike White, Skylar would be in the number 2 spot. And Mike White would be in street clothes holding the clipboard like Skylar does. But that's not what happened. Skylar in camp did not perform better than Mike White. Therefore, he was the number 3. Stop being delusional. Y'all are delusional. Y'all got to stop being delusional. Y'all make this stuff up in your heads. Stop it. You got to stop it. Y'all sound crazy. Y'all sound real crazy. Shout out to the homie Glenn in here. Shout out to the members gang. You cannot bring in a first round pick to play behind another quarterback. I don't understand it either, Glenn. It doesn't make sense to me either, buddy. I have no idea what these people are talking about. TD is telling these people that we need to go draft Penix so he can sit behind Tua. What? Bro, so you drafting Tua 2.0? I thought you didn't like Tua. I thought you didn't like Tua and you drafting Tua 2.0. How does that work out? That it's not making sense to me, man. It's not making sense. Y'all better than this, man. Shout out to the homie Miami Fan Talk Show with the $5 donation. We gotta go up for the homie one time. One time for the one time. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming through, bro. He says what they need to do is stop listening to Pete all the time. Man, Pete be killing me over there, man. Shout out to Pete's Takes, man. If y'all want to hear the opposite of anything rational, go holler at Pete. It's just off the wall. It's off the rip. Off the meat hanger. If you want to hear something that's not rational at all in regards to Miami Dolphins football, go listen to Pete's Takes. I'm telling you that right now. Pete's Takes is the complete opposite of what I talk about. It is the complete opposite. Skylar is his guy. He said Skylar was the dude. I'm still waiting on Skylar to ball out. I'm still waiting. Skylar played better than Tua in the playoffs. Skylar played in the playoffs with a healthier team, right? And he also played in much better weather conditions. So, yeah, I mean, he did have a better game stat-wise. He did. But I bet you if you put Skylar in that situation in Kansas City, he's not thriving, dog. He's not thriving, dog. He's not. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. And if you put Tua in that game in Buffalo, shit, we probably win that game. We win that game. Like, let's be real. Y'all got to stop lying to yourselves. Please stop lying to yourselves. I'm tired of the lies. People out here wilding, bro. Wilding. As Harris, they do this all day. Mo, what's up with you? What's going on, man? Pete's mistakes. Hey, Pete said we were going to have every quarterback. He said Teddy was going to beat out Tua. He said Mike White was going to beat out Tua. He said Skyler was going to beat out Tua. He said we would have Jimmy G. He said we would have Zach Wilson. He said we have Justin Fields. I think Pete has said he said we were gonna have Kirk Cousins. I think he said we were gonna have every quarterback in the NFL that's been available at some point besides Tua. And my dog's been wrong about all of them. But that's my guy though. I love his consistency. He's still gonna go hard with it. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. He says Cap CB Skyler would have probably beat KC or almost won. Man, what? Man, what?
Man, sit your dumb ass down and shut up.
What are we talking about? Are we serious, dog? What are y'all be? Bro, the delusion is at an all-time high. You said Skyler would have probably beat KC. If Lamar Jackson can't beat KC, what makes you think that Skylar Thompson is going to beat KC? Huh?
Man, sit your dumb ass down and shut up.
Bro, we got to do better as a fan base. Yo, we got to be better. Y'all are wildin', boy. Bro, Mo, we gotta I gotta put out more content. I'm convinced. Some of y'all just see the wrong stuff so much that y'all in y'all head at this point. You in your own head. Skyler had worse stats in game and better circumstances. Much better circumstances. Playing in Buffalo compared to playing in KC. Playing with that offensive line compared to playing with the offensive line we had. Playing with that defense. That defense put up points. They gave Josh Allen hell last year. We didn't have that defense against KC. Our defense didn't play nearly that well. What are we saying? So Skyler outplayed Tua in the playoffs. This is what y'all come up with. So because Skyler had better stats last year than Tua had this year, you say that Skyler outplayed Tua in the playoffs. Bro, y'all gotta stop, bro. Y'all, this is what's wrong with this fan base, man. He said they all went to that Rogers retreat, bro. Y'all are being real goofy, bro. We gotta be better, man. Shout out to the homie Miami. Man, hey, Benjamin Scott says, yeah, but we need balance of content and not just two is the greatest or two is the worst. And I get it. And that's where I'm at, bro. I'm balanced. I'm in the middle. I like Tua. He's my guy. He's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. But there's still some things that Tua could do better. For sure. He's got to get better at some things. But every quarterback at this point is working through things they need to get better. Like that's a given. Like every time a football player goes out to practice, he's working on something that he needs to get better at. Even in year 18, 17, 16, Brady, Rodgers were still trying to get better at certain things. They've never figured it all out. Lifelong learners when it comes to football, because it's always something to learn. It's always something to get better at. Tua's in his fourth year. Y'all say y'all don't want to give him time. Okay, y'all want to reset the clock with a rookie and give that rookie another 5 years to figure it out? You think he's going to figure it out faster? Is that what it is? You think drafting Penix, going with the cheaper option, you think he's going to be able to figure it out faster? Is that what you're telling me? Come on. We got to have some real dialogue. Like some of y'all got to be better. We got to be better. And and I don't know if it's only in our fan base, but our fan base is like very split in regards to the Tua situation, the quarterback situation. Very split. It's ugly. It is ugly. My man Glenn says I was in Kansas. There was no way Miami was not winning that game. I mean, I think he said, I'm thinking means no way that we were winning that game. Maybe. I don't know. Utah fan Skyler is a backup for a reason. He definitely is. If he was good enough, he would have seized that opportunity. Um, fan says it's pathetic that Skyler has bigger wins under his belt than Tua. What win does Skyler have? What win does Skyler have that Tua doesn't have? The playoff win where we scored 9 points to get in the playoffs against the Jets. That's the only win I can remember with Skyler. What other wins does he have? Mark Jones says Skyler scored more points in his playoff debut than Kung Fu Tua. That's a fact. That is a fact. Now, where's the context behind that? Are we going to talk about the context behind that? Like, is that a conversation you want to have, or are you just going to say he scored more points? Like, come on, man. You can hold Tua accountable and still support your QB1. You can. That is truth. That is truth. You can still say, "Hey, Tua, you got to get better here. You didn't play good here. That was a bad play." You can still hold him accountable and still support him. And I think that's my problem with like some fans. It's like, all right, you don't like Tua. It's a personal agenda at this point. Okay, it may be personal, right? It seems like it's personal. People are like, oh, I think he's a great person. I'd love for him to marry my daughter, but I just don't want him as the Miami Dolphins quarterback. Why don't you want him as the Miami Dolphins quarterback? Because he doesn't play well in big moments. Okay. Has he ever played well in big moments? Yeah, only a few times. Okay. Is that something he can get better in? That he can develop? Like, can he get better in those areas? Or has he reached it? Oh, he's reached the ceiling. He can't get any better. That's not realistic. Like, just being in the league and playing more football, you're going to develop, you're going to get better, you're going to see more. Right? We could say that Tua's gotten better every year for the most part at something. Like, come on, man. Y'all we better than this. Mr. Finisher says CB stop trolling. Brady won Super Bowls in the process. Brady did win Super Bowls. He had great teams. Fantastic teams. That's what teams who win Super Bowls have great football teams. That's what I want y'all to understand. They have great football teams and they stay healthy. Great football teams are still great football teams at the end of the season because they're healthy. Right? So I think the Miami Dolphins had a great football team, but by the end of the season, we didn't have a great football team. The injuries killed us. We were an injury-riddled team. So we had a great football team at the start of the season. By the time that ended, when you got 4 or 5 guys out that are heavy contributors to your offensive defense, like 7, 8 starters out, bro, no, you're not the same football team. I'm sorry. You're not the same football team. V21 says, think about the situation a rookie would be walking into. Okay, so thinking about the situation a rookie would be walking into, a really good football team. The quarterback is still going to take lumps. It's still going to be a process of reading defenses, getting better, throwing interceptions, learning from them, blase, blase. The Miami Dolphins aren't in a position to, this is a really good football team. They're in a position where they need to be able to have a guy like Tua continue to play well, improve, get better, take those few things that he doesn't do great, get better on those, show that he can do those, and then take us to the next level. The last thing we need is a rookie quarterback setting us back, right? If anything right now, Tua would keep us constant with where we are. If Tua takes another step, and when I say constant to where we are, that means, hey, a perennial playoff contender, getting in the playoffs every year, winning enough games to get in the playoffs. If you put a rookie in this, you probably take a step back and you miss the playoffs, right? So you're no longer competing for a championship. You're just fighting to get in the playoffs and you're not making it. With Tua, we at least stay a perennial playoff contender. And if he starts doing those little things that we need, playing in big moments, being a playmaker, taking off when he needs to. You become next level, right? You take the game to the next level. People stay and people stay healthy. You take it to the next level. Now you're looking at a team who wins playoff games, and a team who wins playoff games or a playoff game can win a Super Bowl. That's all. That's all that you're. That's it. So you guys talk about drafting a quarterback. Drafting a quarterback is only going to set you back. There's not many rookie quarterbacks that can come in and just hit the ground running and take off and take this team to the next level. I don't see it. I don't see it with Michael Penix Jr. I don't see it. I don't see it as a possibility. Like, I just don't see it. CB, why? So why people do not think about the situation Tua walked into as a rookie? Like Herbert, Burrow both had coaches and players around working towards the success. And that's always context for me. Like Burrow had a really good situation, really good defense. I thought his head coach was really good about putting weapons around him. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase came the next year. Like, but you got players, you got dogs, right? Tua's situation wasn't the same. Herbert had a good situation too, and that wasn't Herbert's situation. That was for Tyrod Taylor to play in. Herbert just got thrown in, and then he made some plays. He made it do what it do. So I'm not. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. Um, G says fifth best quarterback in the AFC. Is he the fifth best quarterback in the AFC? What is Tua ranked quarterback wise in the AFC? I think he's up there. I would say so Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen is up there. Lamar Jackson. Those are three guys he's not better than. I'm gonna say that. He's not better than those guys right now. Um who else? Who else is he not better than? So Burrow, he's bro, yo. I'm gonna say okay, we can say he's not better than Burrow. Burrow can't stay healthy, but we can say he's not better than Burrow. He's better than CJ Stroud. And I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Now, y'all looking at CJ Stroud's rookie year and you're like, oh, he had a fantastic year. Wait till people start getting film on him. We'll see. We'll see how that ends up. Um, we'll see how that ends up. Tua's a better quarterback than CJ Stroud. If Tua's so good, then he should be able to beat out Bo Nix or Penix, right? He will definitely beat those guys out. Are we wasting a pick on those guys early for them to get beat out, or are we drafting a guy who can help us win games? Like we need to win games, guys. We need to win games. To yeah, I think fan, we know. We know. You said if you say Skyler is better than Tua, I know you think CJ Stroud is better than Tua. Bro, you not that don't surprise me. You said Skylar Thompson's better than Tua. Come on, man. TDR says I've heard Burrow has lost 20% grip strength. Wow. And his throwing hand, yikes. Hopefully he gets back to where he was, man. Hopefully. Hey, but guys, we have 537 people watching right now. I really appreciate you guys coming through. I've been going for an hour and 18 minutes. Just wanted to come on, address the nonsense in the community. Penix at 21 is ridiculous. Stop letting people tell you that's the answer. Because it's not. It's not. We need to just continue to get better, right? People are jumping on this Tua getting a quarterback coach thing. I mean, Tua's had a quarterback coach. It's been Nick Hicks, right? That's been his quarterback coach. Now, I said this offseason, as soon as the season was over with, I was like, Tua needs to do something different. And if you go look at my videos and watch my content, you'll see I said this. I said Tua needs to do something different this offseason. It's got to be getting outside of his comfort zone and doing something different, whether that's working out with the guys more, with great quarterbacks more like the Mahomes and Josh Allens and people like that, or whether it's just changing something in your routine in the offseason, right? I thought Nick Hicks was good at strength and conditioning, getting him throwing, getting him, doing some things right. as far as mechanics goes, but I always felt that he could use a quarterback coach. You could use a guy who specifically focuses on quarterback coaching, right? And people say, "Oh, this is the 5th year. Why are you just not getting a quarterback coach?" There's still guys who don't have quarterback coaches in the NFL. Quarterbacks who don't have quarterback coaches. There are still guys who don't have quarterback coaches. I applaud Tua for going and taking the next step in his development and getting a quarterback coach in addition to what Nick Hicks was doing. Right? I applaud that. Hey, if it's gonna take your game to the next level, make you more confident in those moments, then that's what we're looking for. I think that's what we're looking for. We're looking for him to be more confident in those moments, for sure. But man, I appreciate you guys coming through. Even everybody who has different opinions from me, I listen to everybody. I appreciate everybody coming through. The 72 undefeated, the V21s, all the Tua detractors coming through and having the conversation. I love you guys for having a conversation and listening to somebody else. There's a lot of people who are stuck in their box and who will only listen to people who say what they say or have the same opinions that they have. I applaud you guys for having the conversation with people who don't have like-minded thoughts, because that's what it's about. That's really what it's about, because people will stay in their box and they will say, hey, I only listen to this person because they only tell me what I want to hear. I appreciate you guys coming through and having a conversation with people. And Color, I kill you all the time because you have terrible takes. I kill you, but I still come back to TFTG and I listen to it constantly. And I listen to you spew nonsense over and over and over again because I love the Miami Dolphins. That's why, because I love the Miami Dolphins. And I will go to Pete and I listen to Pete all the time. And he spews nonsense all the time, but I still listen. It's great entertainment. Gives me something to laugh at. It gives me something to talk about. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about us having meaningful conversation, engaging with each other, having the tough conversations, and rooting for the Miami Dolphins. Because on Sunday, that's all it's about. It's about us winning football games. And shout out to the homie, Pittsburgh Dolphin, for becoming a member. Hey, let's go, man. We got to go up for the homie. Pittsburgh Dolphin in the building. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, and Color says fair enough, because you know that, Color. You know I'm fair, man. You know I'm fair. I'm fair. Hey, the afternoon drizzles. No, you are not. The Miami, 305. You know you my guy. Stop that nonsense. It's Go Knowles over here. It's Go Knowles. He said TD spitting facts. TD don't be spitting no facts. TD spitting facts?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Hey, man. Hey, nothing but love to everybody in the chat. Nothing but love, man. That's all it's about, man. Hey, Miami Dolphins. Hey, we can have different conversations, different takes, all of that. But it's still fins up, man. Like I said, we got 530 watching. Do your boy a favor. Punch the like button on your way out. Shout out to everybody who donated. The homie Shake Money. Yes, sir. The homie Miami Fan Talk Show. Miami Fan Talk Show with another one. And the homie Pittsburgh Dolphin for becoming a member, man. I appreciate the support. It helps the channel. Y'all hold it down, man. That's big time. So, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications. It's your boy, Fensei with CB83, and I'm out. See ya. One wanna be
Came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, hey, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, oof, I sort them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace. Yeah, they know that we ain't the same. 402, we rap the game. I told them this ain't a game.